It's your boy Triple Black, aka the number one stunner, aka the boss, aka Black Benz, Black Shades, and Cleveland. All black, bitch. You already know what it is. Anyways, man, this is a very special edition of No Cupcake Zone. You know, I'm going to introduce, actually, I'm not going to introduce, I'm going to let him introduce himself. I know him by, some people call him T-Dog, some people call him Jeff, but what do they call you?
Well, it depends now. I got the underlings that call me Mr. Tolar. The rest of the crew just calls me JT.
Really?
That's it.
All right, man. First question I have to ask you, man, is what does that god-awful song, Sloopy or Sleuthy or whatever,
that's Hang On Sloopy now. Hang On Sloopy. That's just something that came about where they got the bands playing it and they got a break where you can go OHIO, and any time that you can incorporate Ohio State in a song, I think you should do it.
It's god-awful, man. Why?
Why not?
Man, I thought all you guys did in Ohio was eat pierogies and watch the Browns lose.
We do that on Sundays. Now on Saturdays, we listen to Hang On Sloopy and the Buckeyes win. So there's 2 days to do the weekend.
Speaking of the Buckeyes, bro, come on. Listen.
Go ahead.
Your boy JT Barrett.
Yeah.
Finally gets a chance to start.
Yeah.
And he messes up. Like, what did he get arrested for? First of all, it sounds like he got arrested for STD or something. What's OVI? Like, is
operating a vehicle while intoxicated?
Why? I mean,
OVI. He should DUI, all the DWI. They got all of them up there.
I would have been more happy with him if he would have got arrested for driving while black or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
That might have been why he got pulled over.
Hey, do something what football players do. Fight people, you know, throw bottles. Get arrested for that. Getting arrested for getting drunk in public or something.
Not a good idea. Not a good decision.
Was he with Johnny Manziel?
No.
I think he was with Johnny Manziel.
I think he was with Cardell, and Cardell called him.
you think? Are you calling
Cardell's upset? Called him up.
So let's cut to the chase, man. What do you think is going to happen? Because your boy Urban Meyer he's just so sleazy.
He's a fantastic coach, is what he is.
He is a fantastic coach, but I mean,
even better recruiter.
So you suspend him for the
Minnesota game, which is the next one on the schedule.
In the summer?
Well, they suspended his summer aid. That's more of a school associated thing than a football thing. There's a guidelines that said if he's he gets suspended for 2 weeks if he was more drunk, I guess is the way it ends up.
Hey, this is
just a misdemeanor. He doesn't have to get suspended at all. But Urban Meyer still gave him a 1-gamer.
Hey, this is the No Cupcake Zone, and I know we're talking about OS, but that's a bunch of BS.
Yeah.
So next year, basically, he can't graduate early, so that means he can't do the early transfer rule. Does that ring a bell?
Well, he's still only a sophomore. He's going to be back again playing for the Buckeyes again next
Why
year?
suspend him? I mean, you go and take summer classes so you can graduate early, right?
Right. Usually.
It's like your parents catching you doing something that you're not supposed to do. And you know what I'm saying? You know what? We're going to take away your car this weekend. And you know what? You can drive it after this weekend, but you're going to get it back this summer.
It's the same thing as you get in trouble for a little bit. I mean, you know, he made a mistake, he made a bad move.
Really?
You take away everything from the kid, or you take away a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
If he does the right things and he does what he's supposed to, and he can earn him back.
Oh god, there was like Tattoo Gate. Like you guys just stay on the sleaze. It's just sleazy. I have no love lost for Ohio State, but this one right here, I mean it's just creepy. You know, like look at your last coach. You know, anytime you wear a sweater vest and you're over 60, you not to be trusted. you're not to be trusted.
Maybe, but we're getting tattoos. Now the problem with when you win and you're the best there is you get under the magnifying glass and everybody starts looking. Now we got Cam Newton, and they're just flat out saying, here's $160,000 or $200,000 to go to my school, and we're just trading some pants for some tattoos and some tickets for some tattoos, and
he's grasping for straws now.
Doesn't sound half as bad.
He's grasping for straws now. He's grasping for straws.
I'm sure if you looked hard enough, you'd find some dirt under everybody's fingernails.
Really? Come on now. OVI.
He would have been checkpoint. They were just setting it up. At checkpoint in Ohio, they just set up roadblocks, and everybody that comes through, you drunk? Nope. You drunk? Nope.
He's the starting quarterback for Ohio State.
Decision.
For some reason, and cover your ears from this, I'm not even gonna. You know what? We already know what the cause was. If he's 20 years old, what was he trying to go get? Was he trying to go get pizza?
He's a college kid on the week off. He could have been doing anything.
So you're basically saying the power of the got him, right?
Probably.
We're going to keep it clean.
Probably.
Probably, yes. So you mean to tell me he could not call,
I would
somebody
expect
to
that
come
he would
over?
be able to just say, yeah, why don't you come get me?
Okay.
Bad decisions.
Bad. He's obviously not from Ohio. He's from Texas.
He is from Texas.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Texas people are a little slow, But anyways, man.
Good athletes, but a little slow.
I want you to confirm this rumor.
Uh-oh.
Is it true that Cardale Jones, LeBron James, and Greg Oden have the same daddy?
I cannot confirm that. I'm going to need a fraternity test on that one.
Because they look awfully similar. I know Greg Oden and LeBron James. I don't know who's the daddy.
I think Greg Oden might be LeBron's daddy.
You think so?
It could be.
Grandpa
Oden.
Yeah. So Cardale Jones is the son.
Cardale Jones is the youngest, yeah.
Okay, he's the youngest brother or the son?
And Oden's the dad.
Okay.
I think that's the way it goes.
All right. Doug, you guys really need to keep Maurice Clarett and Johnny Manziel off of the campus, because just weird stuff is happening.
I could do without Johnny Manziel altogether. I'd send him back to Texas whenever. I'm good without him. Maurice got us a national championship. I gotta always say okay to Maurice. He did it bad, but he got us. Who they beat in that national championship game? You remember that?
Okay, all right. Listen, it's been like 13 years. The wound is still
a little
fresh.
Open, still fresh. Yeah.
All right. I'll be willing to admit what happened last weekend with Miami was some bull.
That was
They shouldn't have won that game.
BS section of the show.
Now, you're an honest man. Would you be willing to admit that call in that national championship game was some BS?
I could say that there could have been. It could have gone either way on that one. There's bad calls and there's good calls. One call doesn't determine a whole game, but yeah, that could have been a bad call.
I was just watching that game last night, man, and I was going for
That's the last meaningful game that Miami played in, I think.
Right. Oh. No, I was talking about the Panthers game last night. You know what? I was going for the Panthers, but when I saw Ted Ginn, I just wish somebody just took out his knees.
Did you see that drop that pass too? Wide open.
I cannot stand him. I really cannot stand him.
He was a fantastic track star, and that's about it.
Really?
Yeah, he could run.
He took two. He took 2 dumps on Miami, right? He took a dump on us in that national championship game, because that was him, right? Or was maybe
Ted Ginn was the one that ran it back against Florida.
No. Maybe I'm thinking about Chris Gamble. Was it Chris Gamble, the receiver that got? Yeah. Yes. Okay, my bad. Before we get on the clowns, I want to talk about the Cavs or the Cleveland power forwards. It seems like you guys have like 20 of them.
We got, listen, now, the Cavaliers, you can't start ripping on the Cavs because they're about, I mean, they're as good as you can get in the East. There's no one even close.
They have like 10 power forwards. They do the same.
Yeah, because LeBron counts as like a power forward / point guard.
Varejão's a power forward.
Varejão's a power forward. Kevin
Thompson
Love,
is a power
Tristan
forward.
Thompson.
Tristan Thompson's a
Mozgov.
power forward. In
Sasha Khan. Don't forget about Sasha Khan. He puts
Whatever,
up big
in-
minutes. He's playing about 3-4 minutes a game.
and Della douchebag is I don't even know what he is. He's like a pair of nuts.
He's annoying when he gets on the court. He's like that guy that you hate to play against.
Yeah, and
But Mo Williams is in there now. We don't got to talk
J.R.
about
Smith,
Dellavedova
he's just an
anymore.
idiot. Just chalk
He ain't
it
a
up
power
as an
forward,
idiot. So you guys
Shumpert.
really do you think this team right here
Right here.
is better than last year's?
Yeah.
Why?
So I think you got Mo Williams instead of Dellavedova. Because as soon as Kyrie comes back, Dellavedova's like, he'll vanish. That like the fart in the wind. He's gone.
Did you guys sign him, gave him some money too? And he was arrogant about it too.
Yeah, they were all arrogant about it. Tristan Thompson got $80 million. What the hell is that?
Yeah.
He ain't worth $80 million.
Has he scored 80 points his whole career?
Yeah, about 3.
3 games for
About 3 points.
about 3 points.
He grabbed some rebounds. He's a hustle man, but yeah, $80 million. If they don't win a championship, Dan Gilbert's going to have a little bit of a problem.
Listen,
His expenses are getting way too high.
the rebound.
Not the results. The only results that we need right now are championships. It's set.
The rebound is like the most useless stat I've ever. It's
Offensive
use-
rebounds?
Offensive rebounds.
Okay.
But
That's a
defensive rebounds are.
Defensive
Come on
rebounds are, you're just standing
Offensive
there and you got
rebounds
the ball.
are not- I
Offensive
mean-
rebound is a pretty big stat. If you don't get offensive rebounds, you're not getting second chance points.
Whatever, man.
Tristan Thompson's
it's
there
like being in the friend zone.
grabbing.
It's like being in the friend zone. You get the ball, but you don't get the score.
But you got to have somebody to do that. Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, the cleanup man. You got to pass the
Varejão.
ball
Now
off.
you got two. You got
It's no
Varejão
fun.
and Tristan Thompson. They're both cleanup guys.
Yeah, they're the friend zone. They don't do nothing.
Cleaning. They grab rebounds. They
do all the
you.
dirty work. They talk to the girl.
Sure.
Sure. Deal with all her problems. And
But
then when it
who's
comes to
who's
score,
your when you're building this Cavaliers team? Who you trying to beat? Who in the East is going to beat you?
the Heat?
Don't say the Heat.
The Heat
Please
will.
don't say the Heat.
The Heat will.
We just saw what happened the other night with the Heat.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
It was bad.
early season.
And
it's
Dwayne Wade ain't getting any younger.
really
Those knees are done.
LeBron's hairline is not. It's not getting. It's not going any more forward or whatever.
Sure isn't. Yeah, it seems to change depending upon the game.
Yeah. there's
Sometimes
different-
sometimes it's up a little bit. Sometimes it's back a little bit.
Right, man.
But
50
the
Shades
Heat,
of Grey.
if the Heat's
50
the
Shades-
biggest competition there is in the East, that's over.
You think?
There's no reason to continue that.
I don't think so, man.
The Bulls, I think, are a little more of a problem than the Heat.
The Heat is deep though. They really
Chris
deep.
Bosh is a nice player. I think he'll be better without LeBron.
He's absolutely better. With
Yeah.
LeBron.
Give me the ball
'Cause
a little more.
He was a 2010 and 5 guy before LeBron.
In
'Cause when he was
Toronto, he
Toronto.
put up some serious numbers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think he'll be better. Whiteside has some nice up. He could be a good player someday.
Yeah. But you
That's
really
his
think
thing.
Wade's done?
Dwayne, I mean, he's going to play 82 games. Never. He'll maybe get 60 out of them. And he'll have a flash every once in a while where he can put up some good numbers, but those knees are toasted. That kid's been playing hard for a long time. He had 3 years at Marquette where he was balling.
Right.
Balling.
But I remember in 2006, he did it all by himself.
He balled out hard.
And then that's one thing that your boy has not done. Please tell me, when has he been he's been the man on the team, but when has he been the only man and won the championship?
That's never happened.
How many championships does he have?
2.
How many does Wade have?
3.
Okay.
But 1, he got him, and he did have Shaquille O'Neal. That's a pretty decent player. But I ain't gonna lie, he balled in 2006. Serious.
How many Kobe Bryant has?
Who?
Kobe Bryant.
5.
And how many championships has he won when he was the man?
2.
How many has LeBron won when he was the man?
2.
Really?
Yeah.
Without any help?
Well, Kobe had Shaq for the first 3, and Shaq won the Finals
Right.
MVP all 3 years.
Right. But when they won those 2 championships, he was the man. The
was
only
the
other
man.
player that they had like Devin George.
They
had
Pau Gasol, Big Shot,
Paul-
Derek Fisher.
These are role players, bro.
Sure.
Role players.
Very role.
LeBron had Chris Bosh, and he had Dwayne Wade. These are bona fide Hall of Famers. Are
I don't
they
know
not?
if Chris Bosh is a Hall of Famer quite yet.
What?
Chris Bosh, Hall of Fame.
He is Hall of Fame material.
But he has a chance.
He has a chance.
He's going to need to continue to do something. And he's what was he a 15-8 guy on that team?
Well,
When did Chris Bosh decide to step out and start chucking threes?
he can't.
That ain't helping you
He's
win.
always been kind of soft in the middle. I mean, he's soft. Anyways,
He's a
anyways,
little soft. I like him as a player, but he wasn't he ain't the difference.
Yeah.
He's not why they won.
But look,
LeBron.
I still, you know what? At this point in their career, I would say LeBron has it. But I think in their prime of prime, I would have LeBron. I would have Dwayne Wade over LeBron James. Just the clutch factor. I cannot see LeBron doing what Dwayne Wade did in the 2006 finals.
Oh, yeah, but you're missing out on
the team that was supposed to be Shaq's team on his back. You know,
he had a
and
nice
beat
series.
Dirk Nowitzki.
He played some. He played the ball.
MVP.
But you're missing. If you're talking about prime of the prime, you're missing when LeBron James against the Detroit Pistons when he scored 25 straight points in that fourth quarter, scoring. I mean, LeBron James is going for 45 points, 10 boards, 10 assists a night in the playoffs.
Let me ask you this question.
Right up until the finals.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
He didn't get it. He didn't get it accomplished in the finals, but he got him to the finals.
Skill set wise, besides the obvious size difference, what can LeBron do better than Dwayne Wade?
Play defense.
Bull.
Huh?
Bull.
What's the rundown and blocking people from behind in the NBA that happens
Steals.
now? That's
Come
still
on, man.
LeBron James. He's guarding guys that are taller, guarding guys that are
just
smaller.
He's big and he plays out of
Sometimes
position.
big is better. He's bigger, faster, and stronger than pretty much everybody else in the league.
So does he have a better shot than Wade?
I didn't say that.
Okay. Does he have better post moves than Wade?
I think he has better post moves.
I'll give
than
him
Wade.
he's a better passer than Wade.
He's a better passer than Wade.
But defensive player, nah. Leader,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Sure.
That's Dwayne Wade's team, bro.
Listen.
That was Dwayne Wade's team.
Listen. Before he went to Miami, he took the Cavaliers to the finals. Now you remember that. Now you want to talk about a team of nobodies that Dwayne Wade won with in 2006. Who did LeBron James have on his team when he went and played the Spurs?
A bunch of nobodies, but
Worse nobodies than
But
you've
they
ever
got
seen.
swept.
They had no reason to be there.
they got swept.
Yeah, they did.
Let's
That's
keep
because
it
you're
real.
playing the Spurs. I mean,
Let's keep it real.
big fundamental, got him.
Big fundamental, big shantimental, I don't care. Anyways, man, enough about the Cavs. What about your clowns?
Browns, I don't know if you can find any other way for them to mess up than they already have. I mean, you name it, they've done it.
You know who Jim Haslam reminds me of? I've only seen this guy on TV a couple times. Is like that dude, not Schmidt. You know, ever watch The Simpsons? That evil boss. And I think that actually think that is named after Smithers. Was it not?
Smithers is the helper.
Assistant.
Yeah,
But
Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns. I love the Browns. I will always root for the Browns. But again, if there's a way to mess it up, they've already done it.
Like Ray Farmer, this is what I heard, and you can substantiate this. They had Teddy Bridgewater on the draft card and your boy Haslam trumped it and put Johnny Manziel.
Give me Manziel. Johnny football. That could be true. There was a time not long ago when they traded the 6th pick in the draft for the 17th pick and the something else, and Atlanta selected Julio Jones.
Yeah,
it's not only the picks we make that we mess up, it's the picks we don't make that we mess up. Julio Jones wouldn't be good looking on your team.
Oh my God.
He doesn't make your quarterback better.
Him and Josh Gordon, that would have
been a nice combo.
A beast of the.
But the Browns can't get right.
Right. Like, they can't even get anything right. You know who I was actually rooting for? And I mean, I'm not a Browns fan by any means, and I'm not an Ohio State fan, but I was actually rooting for them to give Terrell Pryor a chance, and they messed that up too.
Yeah. It would have been nice to see. Look at what's his name? Brian Hoyer.
Yeah,
he rolls down to Houston. Not that they're doing very well. I mean, they 3 wins, but he's throwing the ball all over the field. 300-yard games. Last year, we just decided when we were 6-2, actually looking decent, to bench him and let Johnny Manziel ruin it. Johnny Manziel ruined it.
Yeah, and then
and now you go out and sign Josh McCown because he can, because that's a quality player.
Why don't you guys trade for 2 first-round draft picks for Blaine Gabbert?
That might be next. He's getting his. Well, yeah, they're going to go for Colin Kaepernick now that he can't play.
Hey, you know what? Just to change subjects, just to go on the West Coast, man. Like, if you were a quarterback and you got benched for Blaine Gabbert. Actually, name another quarterback. I'm sure the Browns has had one. Maybe splurge on win. Maybe that's probably the worser quarterback than Blaine Gabbert.
Blaine Gabbert. Who did he get drafted by? Jacksonville. So he got a shot.
That's expected for him to suck.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with Jacksonville's and the Browns of the world when they keep drafting quarterbacks every year and don't get no help for them.
Right.
You ain't gonna get any better.
Right.
I mean, what do they expect these guys? I mean, Josh Gordon can't get right. He's suspended for life. Whatever that guy's doing.
How did Brady Quinn fool us?
Brady Quinn fooled us. Tim Couch fooled us.
But how did he fool us? Look at perfect scenario. Notre Dame guy, close to Ohio. Browns jersey when he's a little boy. He had a little picture and everything like that. Ohio, perfect scenario.
Right.
Good looking dude.
Yeah.
Buff, ladies man.
Underwear commercials.
Advertising, doing whatever. Cleveland boy.
Yeah.
How did he fool you?
Well, I would say it was something else. Maybe the offensive line couldn't block for him, but Brady Quinn hasn't caught on anywhere else either, so he just wasn't good. Talent evaluators. I mean, the Browns, the players aren't good. The coaches aren't good. The front office isn't good. We're the Cincinnati Bengals of 20 years ago. The Bungles.
The Bungles.
They just can't get right.
Every
decision's a bad decision. It's from top to bottom. I mean, bad players to bad coaches to bad front office.
Yeah. What do you think? I mean, let's go on the other side of Ohio. What do you think about the Red Rocket? Is he for real?
I didn't think so. Not from seeing him before, but you can't deny what he's doing now. He's tearing people up. Would he be on my top 5 list of quarterbacks? No. But they're 7-0.
Yeah.
They're good.
It's
AJ Green, but there's your thing. AJ Green.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's a player. We know he's a player. We knew coming out of college he was a player. You knew he was going to be good, and here he is. Maybe he makes Andy Dalton, that guy. Tyler Eifert.
Yeah.
They went and got him help. The first couple of years, Andy Dalton looked a little suspect. Gets in the playoffs, he bombs. Now you go get him some help. You get Tyler Eifert. They got 2 running backs now with Hill and Bernard.
Yeah.
You get him some weapons and some players around him, and just all of a sudden, dude's pretty good.
Yeah.
Making it happen.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, fantasy football is really, messing me up, man. Because I'm in a league right now, and plus I don't know why I started to do FanDuel and things like that. Like, it seems like my interests and things like that conflict every week.
You got the fantasy takes you from rooting for teams to rooting to players.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's kind of for Browns fans, which ain't that bad.
Right.
Because now I got something to root for.
Exactly.
I don't have to look at the Browns lose every week, but I got my players winning.
Yeah.
But yeah, fantasy kind of changes the game.
Yeah, listen, last Thursday, big game. I was I was watching the Dolphins and the Patriots game. So I decided to go on FanDuel. Now, granted, I hate the Patriots. So I was like, you know what? Let me pick up a couple Patriots. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, all right. I looked at the quarterback situation. I was like, I want some of these Patriots like LeGarrette Blount and Edelman to do good, but I don't want them to win. So I passed on Tom Brady. And I got Tannehill. Oh, God.
Bad mistake.
Bad mistake.
I like Tannehill. I have Tannehill on my fantasy team as well, but Tom Brady, it doesn't matter where that guy is and who he's got on the field, man. He makes them
ridiculous.
He makes them fantastic.
Ridiculous.
He's a Michigan guy. Christ.
Man, like Tannehill is like one of those players that's just so hard to read. Just so hard. He's
Great
like
1 week.
He reminds me of like Phillip Rivers in a way.
Yeah.
Rivers
of the same mold. You see him throw for 350 and 4 TDs.
Yeah.
You get excited about him. You get all happy about him, and then
shit the bed.
Yeah, and they just throw out a turd.
Yeah, and he got that big money, so they kind of stuck with him. So I mean, I really, as a Dolphins fan, I'm still on the fence about that.
What you do? Landry's a nice move. Not Jordan Cameron from the Browns, good player. You get, I don't know about this Lamar Miller.
He's legit.
He breaks out some nice ones.
He's legit.
You get him one more weapon, one more player that can do something with the ball. Mm-hmm. Tannehill, I think, could be good.
I heard that you were thinking about adopting the Dolphins. Is that true?
I do joke with my friends from home, yes, that I root for the Dolphins.
Okay.
I'm Browns forever, but
you're good with me now.
I do send the text messages back to the buddies saying "Go Dolphins,"
right.
And they all yell at me.
So what's your opinion on this Dan Campbell guy?
I don't know. The one game that I watched, it seemed that there was an awful lot of guys helping him along the way, which I don't think is a bad thing. For a new coach like that, getting thrust, he's a tight end coach? What was strength coach? What was he?
I don't know.
He looks like he's on the juice. He could have been a ball boy. He looks like he eats barbells for breakfast.
I think he actually ran a concession stand at training camp or something. And they decided to put.
But you got to. The first two games they played after he was in there. Mm-hmm. They blew it out.
You remember
they were scared of him of going at. You might have been going after him.
Hey, you remember in high school when you used to walk into class, the substitute teacher was there, and then the substitute teacher gave you that speech like, "You guys are going to learn today.
Uh-huh.
You guys can't mess around." And then you're like, "Oh,
sure
whatever.
We are."
Yes, sure.
Yeah,
that's
sure
how I see Dan Campbell, because there's no way. And I said this on my other podcast. If you're going to be a Dolphins fan, the coach that I look out for, that I really, really want, and this is a conflict of interest, but I got to think about my team at the end of the day, is Josh McDaniels. I think Josh McDaniels would be a home run hire. I think he would be the guy. He knows the division. He knows the Patriots. He will bring the structure just like Belichick. And, he's good with quarterbacks, good with offense, and plus this is his second chance.
Where'd Josh McDaniels come from?
Oh.
Ohio. Canton boy.
He said no to you guys. He said no to you guys.
I agree with you on that. Josh McDaniels would be a good one. He's learning from the best.
Right.
Dealing with the best. And that best is about to... at some point, Tom Brady's got to slow down. He can't hold on. He can't put up these numbers forever, and that's where you get your Miami takeover.
What happened with that? Because he flat out said no to Cleveland.
Look at your talent. Look at your, maybe he was smart about it.
Yeah,
maybe
but
he looked and he saw. Look at
boy. And
yeah, but that does, you want to make career suicide.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Look at the guys. Not that they have. Look at who's Arizona. Bruce Arians.
Bruce, yeah,
He's from Cleveland. Bill Belichick from was in the Browns organization
Chud
at
was
least
from Cleveland too. So when you guys got hired, you guys got rid of him.
You make career suicide if you go up there and try and make that team a winner. Because Jesus, he's better off.
During that before Pettin got hired, I really thought that they were going to give him the job because it made sense.
Yeah,
and he said no, but I think
go to Belichick. He's got years ahead of him. He's a young kid.
Yeah,
go back with Belichick.
Yeah,
learn a little bit more, and you said, Dolphins next season.
Yeah,
that's a ready-made team. That's if you're Josh McDaniel and you got those credentials, I think you wait for that ready-made team.
Yeah,
why take over a team that's 1-15?
Right.
And spend 2 years of trying to turn it around, and then when you finally start getting talent, get fired because you only won 3 games.
Yeah. Yeah. Their defense. I think is already set. They can put a couple pieces in the secondary. Get a stud linebacker. But their defensive line. Cameron Wake, and let's just see what happens with that.
I like Cameron Wake. He's a nice player, but what did Ndamukong Suh forget to play football? Forget how to play football when he got to Miami?
What they did.
forget how
your boy Philbin. I don't know. He's another sweater vest wearing, clown. Mm-hmm. I think he tried to restrict Suh, and made Suh into something that he isn't.
Yeah.
Like it's a risk. I said this on my other podcast. It's a risk reward thing. You got to let him do what he does. Whenever you restrict him, just like Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods had 9 holes. 9 holes.
Both ways.
They took away the 9 holes, and all of a sudden he didn't know how to play golf anymore.
They lost it.
Same
thing with Jimmy Graham in Seattle.
Yep.
If you're gonna sign a guy like that, you got to use a guy like that.
Yeah, and try to make him.
You let him go.
Right.
You put up with a little bit of his shenanigans, but
yeah,
he's getting older. He should be smarter, but he forgot how to play football when he got to Miami.
Yeah. If I was Ireland, I would buy Suh a Corvette, and I'm be like, man, you need to go down South Beach and just fucking run every red light and just speed.
Get in a fight. Do what football players do. Go up and beat up some Ohio State guys if you need to. Just get arrested up there.
Just go beat people up, to get it out your system.
Well, you think that coach, this Campbell guy, you think they would get along good?
Yeah. Well,
old barbell munching and.
Yeah.
Then Ndamukong Suh starts stepping on people.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I think Dan Campbell does steroids. Especially.
He looks like it.
Yeah, he looks like it.
I'm expecting him to come out for the next press conference without a shirt, oiled up, just start flexing on people. We're gonna win.
Hey, the last thing I want to talk about, man, is these weak ass college conferences. The first one in particular is the Week 10.
Okay.
The Week 10.
The Week 10 that has
I'm gonna give you a chance.
Three top 10 teams. The Week 10.
3 top 10 teams?
3 top 10 teams. Iowa, undefeated. Michigan State, 1 loss. And Ohio State.
It's Tuesday. I know in Fort Myers on Tuesday they take out the trash. Do they take out the trash out here in Marco on Tuesdays?
Nope.
Okay. Nope. We need to call it trash.
Now, would you be saying something about like your vaunted SEC?
I'm not saying anything about SEC.
I know you're not talking about the ACC.
There's 3 games.
About Miami.
With the SEC, there might be 10 games on any given Saturday. You guys have 3 games all year that anybody even cares about. That's Ohio State versus Michigan, Ohio State versus Ohio State, and then Michigan versus Michigan State, and everything else is irrelevant. Iowa, okay, who have they played?
The first college football playoff rankings came out.
Well, okay.
Tonight.
Ohio State is not number one, please.
They're number 3.
So the BS.
LSU is 2. Clemson is 1. Alabama is 4.
What does that mean?
That means nothing. Because I think at this time last year when it came out, only one of those 4 teams still was there when the season was over. But you got Iowa number 10, 8-0. You got Michigan State. They haven't lost. I thought they had 1 loss. Michigan State's undefeated. 8-0. You got Ohio State 8-0. You got 3 undefeated teams in the top 10. What conference?
Michigan State has beaten Oregon. And we all know Oregon is no good.
Yeah.
They got, but was they blown out by Utah? What other victories?
They beat Michigan.
Michigan got beat by Utah, pretty decisively. Okay.
Michigan 16.
Besides Oregon, name one victory that the Big Ten has done out of conference that's meaningful.
Ohio State did beat Western Michigan or something like that.
Oh, they beat the Citadel? Did they play the Citadel? Appalachian State. They beat Appalachian State.
Right? Now we're talking.
Okay, all right.
The Big Ten still has some games left. They still got some. They got 3 in the top 10. I mean, what do you want me to do?
Hey, do you think that they can beat Marco Island Academy? Do you think that they can beat them?
Now you're a Miami fan, correct?
Right. It's expected. You trying to.
Are they even?
Okay.
I mean, are they?
Nobody's gonna give you respect for messing with retarded people. If you messing with, I'm sorry, emotionally. I don't
That's
know. Whatever.
Okay. We can go with retarded.
Okay. Yeah.
Michigan. Yeah, I mean, SEC has 1, 2. They have 2 in the top 10. The almighty SEC has 2 of the top 10 teams. Florida's number 11. Florida's much better than everybody gives them credit for, too. But, I mean, Big Ten has the most teams in the top 10. They might be the weak 10, but they got 3 of the top 10 teams.
There's 3 teams. There's 3 teams that are even worth a sack of peanuts.
Wisconsin's decent.
Oh, my God.
Michigan's a good team.
They're not even...
Wisconsin's number 26.
I wouldn't even put them on my pizza.
number 28.
Cheeseheads.
So you got 2 teams just outside. Penn State, other receiving votes.
Penn State?
They're on there.
Oh, my
just
goodness.
saying.
Where's Jerry's was it Sandusky when you need him? Get these clowns out of here.
Ole Miss got blown out by Memphis. Huh? Memphis?
Okay. That's the only...
Huh?
That's the only one that you can talk about.
No, we can talk about all kinds. Who did Alabama lose to?
Okay.
Who?
Alabama lost to Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Who then went out and got smacked by Memphis.
You know what? You guys just worry about beating the Golden Gophers next week.
That's it. With Cardell Jones. The police caller, Cardell.
Who's the backup quarterback?
It'd probably be Braxton.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Actually, man.
Braxton can play.
Yeah.
He's a good athlete.
Yeah. I actually think if they would have had 2013 Braxton this year, I think they would have been far better off. I think actually if it would have been a fair quarterback battle, I think that he probably would have won and probably should have won. I mean, assuming if his arm was, right. But
and again, now I know you're talking about how the Big Ten's not the greatest in the world, right? But Clemson, who they put number 1, I mean, they beat Notre Dame.
Right.
What else have they done? They played Wolford. They did play Appalachian State. They played Louisville, Boston College, waxed Miami 58-0. I mean, they haven't played anybody good either.
I'm not talking.
1 game against Notre Dame. You got an ACC team at the top of the line, and we want to talk about strength of schedule?
I guess I'm not going to win this argument. I don't even know why I'm even arguing.
Until the Buckeyes lose, they should be 1.
Really?
They've won what? 22 straight games. What's the difference between Ohio State this year and Florida State last year? Florida State was defending national champion. At this point, they were 8-0, and they were number one on the list.
There wasn't number one all year last year.
Florida State?
Yeah.
Not until this college football playoff came out.
Right.
But they were number one in the AP.
Oh, whatever.
Baylor. Who's Baylor played?
Yeah.
Number 2, Baylor. They've played SMU. I don't think they're still on NCAA sanctions. Iowa State, West Virginia, Kansas. We're not playing basketball. They don't count. Rice, Lambert. And yeah, next week they play Naples High. That's it.
You know what, man? We're going to see. Like last year, I'll give you guys, I'll give it to you. You guys got the luck of the draw because I believe you guys should have played Florida State, which I think Florida State would have waxed you guys the first game of the playoffs. You know,
That's what everybody said when they were going up against Alabama.
Alabama,
and then what happened?
Took you guys way too lightly.
And then Oregon came in, and then what happened?
All right.
Oregon's that team that always is overrated.
Yeah, they're overrated.
Every year.
Yeah, they are.
At the beginning of the year, at the end of the year, they're always overrated.
Yeah, the gimmick offense, especially like the Big 12. I can't watch. Can you watch a Big 12 game?
No. I'd rather not.
It's pretty.
I just don't like any of them.
I don't like any of them either.
Oklahoma and Texas.
Yeah, they play a lot. I mean, they
Baylor,
put on a lot
TCU.
of. Yeah.
Where TCU come? You had LaDainian Tomlinson, and now you're all of a sudden you're cool.
It sound like they're playing basketball or something like that. They're putting like 50 points up a game and stuff. Anyways, man, we about to, it was a great show, man. We about to wrap it up. Anything you want to plug, man? Any last thing that you want to say?
I want to say that it's going to be a good year in the end, finally, when Cavaliers are NBA champions, Ohio State national champions, Browns. Browns will be drafted in the top 3 again.
You gonna play in the toilet bowl this year?
And then the Indians, they are what they are. I got nothing.
You guys have a baseball team?
Yeah.
Really?
We finish about 500 every year. Don't
when?
make a difference in anything.
Charlie Sheen still play for him?
Yep. Still the closer. Wesley Snipes is stealing bases.
Still?
Yes, that.
Oh, my goodness. This has got to be like their 20th year playing for that same team, man.
Yeah, they're garbage, too.
Really? I really didn't think that you guys still had a team.
Indians, man. Like I said, they go 500. They run the course. About 81 and 81 every year. Nobody wins nothing. That's it.
Is Albert
Kluber won a Cy Young last year.
Really?
Yeah, he's a nice pitcher.
Is Albert Bell still beating up people?
Yeah. He runs them down on Halloween.
How about Baerga?
No, Carlos has got out. He went back to. He's fat now. He's down in Mexico somewhere.
Oh, he's in Mexico?
Yeah.
Oh, is he like a mariachi singer?
Something like that.
Oh,
he's got the mustache still.
He's still got that stash? I love that stash.
Kenny Lofton's still running around. Playing with Kenny.
Hey, you know what's funny? It's like 20 years later, we can still remember the Indians. Like some of the Indian players.
Because we only had that one good stretch.
Yeah, well, they lost to the Marlins, right?
Lost to Atlanta in 95 and the Marlins in 97. Yeah? The Marlins.
That team right there.
How the hell did Marlins win 2 World Series?
I don't even watch baseball anymore because of that. That was just like that was some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna put together a team that's gonna win not a national championship, but a World Series, and then next year you're like
cut
fire sale,
trade them all. Yeah, like, we got it done. Get out of here.
Sheffield, you're gone.
Yeah,
like you're going. Like put together a team like that and they did it not once but twice.
Yeah,
you remember they won?
Josh Beckett.
Yeah.
Well, then they traded like 4 of them to Toronto, right? Jose Reyes and
yeah. But I'm talking about the second time around was ridiculous too, with D-Train.
Dontrelle.
Yeah,
D-Train.
That guy right there. I think he's actually still playing minor league ball with Kenny Powers somewhere.
That's it.
Yeah, Eastbound and
Kenny's
Down.
teaching him how to throw a fastball.
Yeah. You ever watch Eastbound and Down?
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness.
Danny McBride's pretty funny.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. What's that? What they call him in Mexico? What's the guy's name in Mexico? What they call him? Kenny Powders. Kenny Powders.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Hey man, it was a great show, man. Jeff, we got to do this again, man. Hopefully we got some.
We're gonna focus more on Miami and what's wrong with everything they do.
Really?
Not on what's wrong with Ohio.
You don't think anything is wrong with Ohio?
No.
That big Dust Bowl?
We're good.
Really?
We'll be national champions. Cavaliers gonna win an NBA championship.
Is Bone Thugs and Harmony making a
Harmony coming on a comeback tour? They're gonna make a new CD.
Really?
Who else we got up there? We ain't got much else. That's it.
Yeah, who else is from Ohio that's even noteworthy?
Jack Nicholson.
Really?
Jack Nicklaus, sorry, golfer.
Is he?
Yeah.
The Golden Bears from Ohio.
Yes, yeah, Columbus. Went to Ohio State.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, man, this is No Cupcake Zone. Thanks, Jeff, for coming on. We got to do it again. Is there anything else that you want to plug? Where you work at? Any events?